If you really want to support I Hate Your Deck, there's a lot of ways to help support us. Number one way is through Patreon. Patreon is a great place where you get to join our community. We have a Discord where we play a lot of Magic with our friends, and there's such a community of people from around the world in our Discord. So if you want access to our deck list, do you want to play Magic with a lot of people from all over the world and interact or help brew your decks, the I Hate Your Deck Discord through Patreon will help you get all that done. Hey, if you've been liking I Hate Your Deck, hit the like, subscribe, and ring that bell to get notifications when we have new episodes coming out. And we also have bonus episodes. If you want to see those bonus episodes that were too hot for YouTube, join our Patreon to check that out.
Wizards of the West Coast. Tapping out, slinging spells. I Hate Your Deck. We want to give you the true LGS experience. We show up, sling spells, and have fun. Now meet our players for this episode.
What's up, everyone? It's Lynch from I Hate Your Deck, and welcome to another episode. I've got some amazing, I could say all-stars that have come back on the show. You know, we're coming from some all-star spice. And, you know, it's important, I think, to always get the gathering of Magic and have a good time. And that's what we're here to do today. As always, I love playing paper Magic with my friends. Nerd.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Larry. Stoked to be back for this edition of our gathering. So, welcome.
Hello, I am Eiley, also known as RPG Fox. I am judge here for I Hate Your Deck, and today I'm taking the crown away from you, even though technically Sky has it.
It's all right.
Larry's still scary. It's scary
He is
Larry.
scary.
You know, we got Scary Larry at the table that needs to be...
Scary Larry?
That still needs to be dethroned. You know.
Hey guys, it's David. I'm back again. I am gonna get the win this time, hopefully. But I just love playing Magic after a long time of waiting to play again.
Four of us had a little pre-game discussion. So Sheoldred the Apocalypse hasn't technically come out yet. I printed her up because she comes out next week. By the time we air the show, she'll be out. But it's a proxy. You guys all cool with that?
Of course.
I'm trying a new deck out. Play tested it twice. One time it did nothing. Another time it went fast and got out of control. So it kind of, that's what it does. Either it gets out of control because what Sheoldred the Apocalypse does is whenever I draw a card, I gain 2 life. Whenever you draw a card, you lose 2 life. And I've got a lot of wheels in here and a lot of, or Howling Mine, a lot of things to give us all cards. So I want to have fun giving cards group hug style, but then eventually get her out and make you pay for it.
It's group slug style.
Yes.
Be honest.
It does mono black things. I only had like, I think 60 or 70 of the actual physical cards, so I printed the rest. There's like 30 printed proxies.
I'm on Borborygmos Enraged, 8 mana, Gruul, 7/6 with Trample. When he deals combat damage to a player, I reveal the top 3 cards of my library and then put all land cards revealed this way into my hand and the rest into my graveyard. He also has the ability, discard a land card, Borborygmos Enraged, deals 3 damage to target creature or player. This is a big landfall deck. It's got a bunch of the cool landfall pieces in these colors and a pretty splashy mana base. You can tell by my tokens that Merit Lage is in here and Field of the Dead is in here, and I'm doing fun stuff like that. It runs 52 lands, and my buddies suggested that I bring this deck because it always does cool things, like fill up my graveyard with bunches and bunches of lands and then reanimate them and then throw them at people. It's fun.
I'm down for the spice.
So I'm going for round 2 with the Tymna Sidar deck, and as last time, I haven't changed anything. It's, you know, a sack outlet combo deck. Tymna is a card draw engine when I attack, and Sidar makes all of my creatures with power 2 or less effectively unblockable. It has really consistent card draw. It has 15 different combinations that go infinite in like various ways. 9 tutors, a few of the fast mana rocks like Soul Ring, Opal, Lotus Petal.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of fast mana as well and a bunch of tutors.
And I also have proxies of my dual lands because I don't play with them because I want them to retain their value.
I like to play with them because I'm a player.
It's literally real estate in my opinion. Like
I
one day, I need 150
For me, it's
bucks.
all cardboard to be played.
Today I'm playing Daretti Scraps event. Don't worry, it's not gray level Daretti for those of you who watched that episode. It's red artifacts, bring them from my graveyard, put them onto the battlefield, put them back in the graveyard and bring them back again. fun little story about this Daretti deck. My dad got it from his friend, who he gave it to us, and then we gave it to my cousin, who was hopefully going to get into Magic, never got into Magic, and my cousin gave it back to my dad, and we had it, and I just decided to go in, throw a bunch of fun artifacts in there, and just play with it. It is somewhat still a precon. There's a couple precon cards in there, but I think mostly it's my own build now. We'll see how it goes against these great decks.
Now enjoy the show.
Let's roll to see who goes first. 4. You got a 5.
I mean,
Larry
I got a
goes
1.
first.
Oh,
Larry.
I don't like this. Larry.
Right off the bat.
Larry.
Scary Larry.
Scary Larry.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle. Tapped.
That's not good.
Getting things
Great.
started already.
Yeah, I should
Great.
probably tell you guys about Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle.
Yes.
It is notably not a legendary land, although everything else about it feels legendary. It enters the battlefield tapped whenever a mountain enters the battlefield under your control. If you control at least 5 other mountains, you may have Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle, deal 3 damage to target creature or player.
I've been
Valakut's
killed by
not
that card
legendary?
before.
Yeah, this card is kind of central to the whole strategy of this deck.
Do you remember the time I told you the most scary thing is a mountain?
She killed me. The first time I got killed by it was by her,
Yeah.
and now I have in turn killed people with it.
I feel like
Okay.
every landfall deck has to have a Valakut, or it's not really a landfall deck.
I would agree with that. I will draw for turn. I will play a swamp, and I'm going to pass.
I'm gonna draw for the turn. I'm going to play a mountain, and I'm going to play a Goblin Welder. What Goblin Welder does, it is a 1/1 Goblin Artificer for 1 red, and I can tap him, and I can choose target artifact a player controls and target artifact card in that player's graveyard. If both targets are still legal as this ability resolves, that player simultaneously sacrifices the artifact and returns the artifact card in my battlefield. So I can take a weak little, I don't know, Voltaic key that I have in my battlefield and go get my micro sink lettuce out of my graveyard and just switch
Out
them.
of pain.
So
Microsynth lettuce.
Micro sink
yeah,
lettuce.
the lettuce. On your end step, because before she has anything, I'm going to tap 1 and cast Vampiric Tutor.
Okay. I was a little
So
afraid.
I will go ahead and lose 2 life, and I will search so I can hopefully not search as much. That's it.
Okay.
Vampiric Tutoring.
Thanks for getting your mana vault in anticipation. Appreciate that.
I will play a Verdant Catacombs as my land for turn, and I will sack it, pay a life, and go fetch a scrub land and pass the turn.
Untap, draw. I'll play a Wooded Foothills. I will end up paying 3 life as I get a Stomping Ground and shock it into play. And if you guys are cool with it, I'll shortcut and pay 2 mana to cast Tectonic Reformation.
What does it do?
That's an enchantment. Each land card in your hand has cycling for 1 red. It also itself has cycling. That's one of the ways I leverage 52 lands in the deck, giving all the lands cycling. So I'm going to pass the turn after that.
I'll untap. I'll draw the card that I tutored for, and I'm going to hold it out here because I'm just going to go to play it. Mana Crypt. Tutored for a Mana Crypt.
Dun dun dun.
We're all shocked. Okay.
Upon cast of it, I will
Shut up. What are you doing?
also Vampiric Tutor.
Okay. Also losing 2 life. I got
I'm
worried.
winning.
I was like, wait a minute, you don't have blue. How are you going to counter
There
my
are
Mana Crypt? Mana
3.
target?
I could have.
Okay. Go ahead and play Urborg. We all have swamps. Each land is a swamp. And this one is legendary, even though the other one isn't, but should be. Get the party started. All right, I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to cast Sheoldred, the Apocalypse. Death Touch, 4/5. She's got a big booty. Whenever you draw a card, you gain 2 life. Whenever an opponent draws a card, they lose 2 life. And I pass the turn, and I'll have to remember my flips, the crypts.
I'm gonna untap and I'm gonna draw, sadly, and I'm gonna lose 2 life. And then I'm going to play a mountain for the turn. And I'm feeling a little behind, so I'm gonna play a Grim Monolith. And I'm gonna tap my Grim Monolith. I'm gonna play Commander Sphere. And I'm gonna tap my Commander Sphere for a Voltaic key. And then I'm gonna pass.
Go off, Kane.
Okay.
You fell a little behind.
Oh,
Let
sorry,
me just
my
do a
bad.
big turn, too.
My bad, I forgot to explain all my cards. So what Grim Monolith says, it's a 2 mana artifact. It does not untap during my untap phase. I can tap it and add 3 colorless mana to my mana pool. and then I can pay 4 to untap it. Commander Sphere says it's a 3-cost artifact. I can add 1 mana of any color in my commander's color identity, which is red, and then I can sack it and draw a card. And then I also have Voltaic Key. It's a 1 mana artifact. I can pay 1, I can tap it, and I can untap target artifact. For example, my Grim Monolith, so I don't have to pay 4 every time. I'll pass.
Welder's gonna weld, dude.
Yeah, well,
He doesn't want to bang.
yeah.
He wants to stay home and tinker on stuff.
He just wants to turn like big metal people into ashtrays.
That I'm gonna untap. Upkeep
Rated
draw.
E for everyone.
Cavern of Souls naming humans.
Really?
Eiley, you already
Daretti's
took
not a
2
creature
from drawing,
type,
right?
actually.
Oh yeah, Sheoldred's out. Okay,
She out here in these streets.
And it is life lost.
Mana Crypt.
Your own mana crypt.
Yep. And then I will play Tymna.
You just had to do it, didn't you?
Yep. I mean, I was gonna do it anyways. You just beat me to the punch.
I tutored for it.
So did
I
I.
earned it. Oh, we both did?
Pass
The new show, Tutor for the Crypt. Where we all just tutor to get crypts to...
I just need
I'll
mana.
untap, draw, losing 2 life. I will play a snow-covered mountain. I'll tap 1 and cycle this regular mountain, drawing a card, losing 2 life. I will pass the turn after that.
I'm trusting you all know what you're doing. All right, I will untap. And then why don't you call Otter even for me to die?
Tails never fail.
So even I get hurt?
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
I do. Yeah, buddy.
I like your style.
All right, I draw for turn, which means I gain 2 life.
I looked into the heart of the dice.
I will play a swamp for turn. Going to tap the Mana Crypt and the swamp to play my Command Sphere. Command Sphere buddies. I got you. All right, I'm gonna tap this for black and these
guys
2
are
for
Mana
black. And I'm gonna cast Underworld Dreams. Whenever an
Ew.
opponent draws a card, it deals 1 damage to that player.
Ew.
So now you guys will lose 3 life per card you draw.
I think I'm going to respond to Underworld Dreams.
Ooh.
I pass priority, so.
I'm going to pay 1 and cycle this mountain and only lose 2. Yay.
You want to do it
Okay.
again while it's still on the stack?
No.
I'm
need
gonna
to go
swing 4/5 booty at Eiley.
That was.
We need to kill Lynch.
Are you taking it? You don't want to
Yes.
block with
1,
Tymna?
2, 3.
No.
No. She has
Come
lifelink.
on.
She's going to be the only thing that's
She
gonna...
look, she's got her little look, she's
I-
ready for battle. She's just weaving. The weaver wants to fight.
She's gonna
The
tie up
weaver
Sheoldred.
is like, I'm gonna weave you around things. She could be Spider Woman.
I was
You
going
know,
to say she's
I-
weaving a spider net to catch you all.
I think as a master seamstress, she's looking around and saying discretion is the better part of valor. And
She
I'm going to
is.
clap back on this dude
Gonna
on my
clap.
turn.
She's gonna wait to clap back. I will pass to David.
All right, I'm gonna not untap my Grim Monolith and untap everything else, and I'm gonna draw a card. Let's play a mountain for the turn.
Sorry, Dave, you lose 2.
got-
from
Oh, I
this.
lose
two.
3. My bad. I lose
Lose
Oh,
3.
3, yeah.
That's right, 3.
That's right.
Bam! Trigger. Underworld Dream. Trigger. Sheoldred the Apocalypse.
Suck
this-
it, nerd.
What are you doing?
What's the play here? All right, I'm gonna tap 1. I'm gonna tap my Voltaic Key to untap my Grim Monolith. And then I'm gonna tap my Grim Monolith for 3, and I'm gonna pay 1 red. I'm gonna play my Daretti, my commander Daretti Scrap Savant.
Let's all kill it.
So I'm gonna use his +2 ability that says discard up to 2 cards, so he'll go up to 5. I'll discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards.
Okay.
So the up to 2 cards is going to be 1. I'm gonna draw 1 card.
Lose 2, 3 life.
Oh, that's right.
Sheoldred's coming into play. You better watch yourself, son.
Okay.
This is big ouchies.
This is not good for many reasons.
Can you just play Magic without drawing cards?
No, because the turn-based
Legal.
action makes you draw cards.
She could play Necropotence and then just skip her draw step and, actually save life. Necropotence is a bargain compared to this.
It's hilarious.
I'm gonna tap 1. It's not gonna shut down you, but I'm gonna evoke Ingot Chewer, so it gets sacrificed, but when it enters, I'm gonna destroy your Mana Crypt, Lynch. I'm doing my best, I'm trying to help out. I'm helping where I can.
Crypt, I tutored for this.
I know.
I see your combined, $250 worth of cardboard done in by an ingot chewer. I like that. I like that.
Hey,
Sure.
I saw it in the
nom,
pre-con.
nom.
I'm like, I can't get rid of this. Look at it. He's so cute.
It's just artifact, not enchantment.
It's
Yeah,
just
I thought you were gonna
artifact?
get, I thought you were gonna get my Underworld Dreams.
I would have,
I was
but
surprised when you hit the crypt.
it's
Still-
just artifact.
still
yeah,
mana.
so
Hopefully, I won't hit myself anymore. That's the thing. You know, you
That-
you are helping me.
all right. Well, I guess I'll pass because I can't really do much beyond that.
Okie dokie, Lynch, can I have a dice? Because
I think it's funnier to have opponents roll the dice for you.
Lynch, call my option.
I'm gonna say I. You take damage.
Odd, I take damage.
That is an odd roll.
Oh, look at this. I'm gonna
6 damage before you
this
even
card.
play a spell.
Remember how we were thinking that Mike is the problem? I'm starting to get on that bandwagon.
I'm the problem.
I think just a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something to help you guys all out in a second.
I don't trust you. I don't.
Am I
It might really help later.
I'm gonna take 8 damage before I do anything.
Shut up! You gonna draw that many cards right now?
Shocks a land.
I'm
Yep.
gonna shock a land in.
Larry called it. What else are you gonna call Larry? What else?
I don't know. I'm 2 for 2 here. Mana Crypt over there off the tutor.
I'm gonna tap 1 for a Birds of Paradise,
There you go.
and then I will tap 4 to recast or play Sidar. Sidar says is a 2/1 human knight with flanking. Creatures your opponents control without flying or reach cannot block creatures power 2 or less. So that also applies to you guys.
Creatures your opponents control without flying or reach can't block creatures with power 2 or less.
The attacking creature, if it has power 2 or less, it cannot be blocked unless the defending creature has flying or reach.
That applies to
you.
everyone.
Yeah,
okay,
it does.
Interesting.
It's
Yeah.
strangely a little political because I've had situations where people are like, "Oh, I can freely swing. I am going to the combat and I'm gonna
Combat. We're in combat.
the crumpet."
I'm fully open,
I
and I'm gonna gain life when I draw cards.
really should, just on a personal preference, hit the planeswalker. But Lynch,
That would be
you're
That's
doing
true.
way too much.
Planeswalker
could
plus
get-
2 has a 6 damage rider if you
It's
draw
not
both
just
cards.
that. I don't leave planeswalkers there, but Lynch is
I'll do
hurting me
this
too
because
much.
because my commander's getting crazy. I'll try to hit the planeswalker.
That's rude. I appreciate you speaking to Daretti like that. He
You were just talking about me being the problem. I gotta show you my problem.
Daretti is.
I gotta bring it to the prophecy.
Daretti's been through a lot, okay? His lore, if you look
Yeah.
into Daretti's lore, he's been
Daretti's
through
had
a
a lot
lot.
of confetti. The motherfucker has had many celebrations and wins.
Listen, Daretti's been through a lot, okay? He got his legs
Anyways.
blown off in an explosion or something.
why he's sitting?
Yeah, he's in a wheelchair, I think. Or he built like spider leg. I don't
That
remember.
makes sense.
Some kind
He's
of
like Darth
artifact
Maul.
wheelchair.
It's something like that.
Yeah. Are you swinging?
Go to combat, beginning of combat. I will swing Tymna at you, Lynch.
I gotta
for
make sure I took 2 life.
2
1,
damage.
2. Go to 35.
I will gain 2. I will post combat, pay a life, draw a card.
Lose
2,
3
3.
Really making you earn those card draws.
Pass the turn.
Dude, new decks are fun.
I don't like this. 8 damage before I did anything
Draw,
else.
losing 3.
Trigger.
Oh, hi.
It's never a good sign.
I'm probably gonna help you out next turn.
Don't trust him.
Well, you'd like to play lands.
What does it have to do
I
with
don't
mono deck?
trust you. I am going to pay 2 and cast a Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra, 2/1 with landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I may add 1 mana of any color to my mana pool. I will play a mountain as my land for turn and add a green to my mana pool off of that mountain entering play. Did I mess this up? Oh dear. Did I ever mess this up?
Do you need a take backsy shot?
Is that our first shot of the day?
This would be the first. Are you doing a take backs? We have a
Please,
shot.
please do not badger me.
Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, badger, 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 badger.
So the question is,
What just happened? I feel like I'm in a fun house.
I just want to know if Larry needs a take-back shot. The first time we filmed, remember he was like doing solidarity shots. He's like, whoever wins should do a shot. And the next time he played, he goes, my stomach was killing me for days.
Those
The
of
last
you at
time I
home-
played, I was halfway to an ulcer, and buddy, I had to rethink sympathy shots and all the above.
Oh man! If those of you at home have never had a shot of Skylar's sweet potato chipotle hot
Absolutely
sauce,
delicious.
it's delicious.
I'm
but
so bad at this
not meant to
game.
be taken shots of.
It's okay. You warn people. You like learn through my misplace.
Well,
And they like your calm voice. They say you're Jeff Goldblum.
Oh my God, I've seen that so many times.
Yeah.
I don't mind any of the above. Jeff Goldblum Mercury, sure. I'm going to use the green mana.
Wait, what is
Love
that?
seismic assault.
That is me following up with a misplay after another misplay. So I think all I'm gonna do, because
Do it all over. Take your shot. Take your shot.
when I played my mountain, I added a green mana with Lotus Cobra.
Yep.
So I could not have played a triple red spell.
Oh, it's 3 red, not 2.
Seismic assault is 3 red?
It is
Holy
a
Well,
crap.
how are we resolving this to move forward?
He
I think
either
there is-
Taking a shot,
I think he's still deciding.
or
Yeah.
you just tapped out and you just can't do anything else. That seems like that's our two options.
I might get a coffee.
Which I'm ready for the shot.
Wait, Lynch,
Can-
just hand me one of the glasses.
Can we make it a really little shot? Because this little green or red mana.
Come on.
So we're doing a shot?
No, I just don't do anything.
One shot.
I'll take a solidarity
I'm
shot
already
with you.
Solidarity shot.
I'll take a shot with you too. How
my
about
God.
that? I'll do a solidarity shot with you.
Eileen, will you do a solidarity shot too?
I want you to learn from this lesson.
I'm very much learning and setting myself back, unless you want to take a solidarity shot and we all drink from my mistake.
No.
I will drink for your mistake if it helps.
Look at me, I'm already sweating. We haven't even taken a shot yet. I'm
Come on,
literally
man.
so
Are we all doing a
ashamed
solidarity for
of this
Larry?
snafu.
Are we doing it?
Fuck, why did I do this?
Because we don't want to see Larry just play bad in this show. You're too big of a legend on our show to let a misplay like this happen. So
Okay, so
this is the
how are we
back on popular demand sweet potato chipotle hot sauce. Larry's doing a take back shot, but in the past we filmed so much the shots have really messed him up. So we're doing a solidarity. We're taking a solidarity shot so you can at least know we're getting fucked up together.
I can't believe you guys are actually down to take this
If I get
shot.
intestinal cancer because
friends
of
at
this.
home.
Wow.
Yeah, friends at home,
Here we go, solidarity shot.
Cheers.
please learn from Larry's mistake. Whew, let's go.
Woo!
Oh dear.
Fuck me, dude.
All right,
Okay.
again from the hot
A
sauce.
double misplay. Okay.
So you're taking it back.
We're
to
walking
playing
it
the
back
land.
to
Yep.
playing the land. Playing a mountain. Triggering Lotus Cobra. Lotus Cobra will add 1 red mana to my mana pool. I will use said 1 red mana and 2 more red mana to cast Seismic Assault. It's an enchantment. It says discard a land card from your hand. Seismic Assault deals 2 damage to target creature or player. And that will be my turn.
Okay. I will untap. No longer roll for crypt because you destroyed it.
I
You
destroyed it.
Don't blame
Sorry,
me for
guys.
his
Wow, I
transgressions.
almost did.
I'm
I
doing
will
my best.
Play a swampity swamp, and I forgot to untap my commander. My commander is untapped.
Sorry, you drew already?
I gained 2 life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can you discard some lands and kill that?
I would need 3 lands to do that.
1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. I'm going to cast Jurapor Orrery. Each player
the
may
Jurapor
play
Orrery.
an additional land at each of her turn. I told you, I'm your friend.
Yeah.
I took a solidarity shot with you, and I'm going to let you play multiple lands in a landfall deck. You're going to do funny things with it.
There is also more text on that card that may
At
or
the
may not
beginning
be.
of each player's upkeep, if that player has no cards in hand, draw 3 cards.
Ew.
So here's where
Why do I
we
feel
no
like that
longer
part's
have-
important?
Yeah, when we no longer have cards in hand, we all draw 3.
Where is the mass discard spell? It's coming.
Well, not only that, but don't forget here.
I know.
I really like the Orrery.
So I will now play my second land for turn because I get to play land for turn, which leaves me 1 card in hand. I will choose to swing at Daretti for 4.
I hate you.
You could block with your little welder.
No.
Face block that.
Well,
with
this is a
Daretti.
full combo piece right here with that. Okay,
Combo,
Close.
somewhat.
so I will pass.
I'm gonna untap my Voltaic Key and my 3 lands. And I'm gonna draw, and then I'm gonna take 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go ahead and play Mountain. And because Mike is such a nice person, I'm gonna play another Mountain.
Group hug.
Yeah. Nice
Yeah.
guy, Mike.
Little
Hug it out.
hug.
Hug it out with Mike.
I think the first option, tap my Voltaic Key and tap my Grim Monolith.
Yep.
You're gonna plus this to 3. Discard up to 2. I'm gonna discard my Cathodion and I'm gonna draw. Losing 3 life. I'm gonna tap for 6 and I'm gonna play Micro Sync Lettuce.
Oh, everything's artifacts?
Everything is an artifact. All cards that aren't in play and spells and permanents are all colorless. And you can spend mana as though we're a mana of any color to cast your spells.
Nah, I'm very scared right now.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
He has 0 cards in hand.
I have
And
0 cards
All
in
he
hand.
needs to do is draw a Darksteel Forge, make his stuff all indestructible, and then mass wipe out our boards, including our lands.
Yeah, I mean, he's got no cards in hand.
So, Micro Sync Lettuce, it's a fun little card.
I love that you say micro sync lettuce. Pronounced and spelled lattice, but I love the lettuce.
Lettuce. That's some strong lettuce.
Before I pass, I will tap my Goblin Welder.
Use this to target Sheoldred to swap with like the Mana Crypt or whatever. To target this and then artifact in your graveyard. Because remember, this swaps.
With a Mana Crypt. Okay.
Yeah,
passing on
I
this?
do pass, but everything is an artifact. Just remember that if it matters.
Right.
For real this time.
Tap. Upkeep. Larry?
Odds. Definitely odds. Odds hurt.
You all suck.
At least you
That's,
still lost 3 life and
That's
one.
a nice mana crypt you
Underworld
got there.
Dreams trigger.
Fucking triggered,
But you
alright?
can play 2 lands.
Go to combat. I will attack with these 2. Sidaret, Larry, Tymna, Lynch.
So I lose 2 life.
Yep. So then I will gain 2 to lifelink. Post combat, I will pay 2 life, draw 2 cards, lose 2 life to Underworld. Yeah, there we go. All right, post combat. Play 2 lands. Do I need this one to come in untapped? I need some freaking lifelink. Holy crap. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll have it come in tapped.
That Daretti board is getting out of hand already.
No, I feel like it's fine.
This is fine.
This is
Reoccurring, whatever
fine.
you want to reoccur right
Tapping.
now, is awful.
I will tap and sack Windswept Heath
Okay.
to go grab.
You lost your life already.
Yep,
So we still lose 1 from the Underworld Dreams.
Correct.
yep.
Redundancy is important.
I always build decks with redundancy. Okay, I will tap 1 and a black to cast a Golgari Thug. It is a 1/1 human. When it goes to the graveyard from the battlefield, I put target creature from my graveyard on top of my library. So if it's the only creature, it has to put itself there. I will float 2 and then a white, so that's 4 mana. So I will cast Charming Prince. When it ETBs, I can choose one. Scry 2, gain 3 life, or exile another target creature I control and return it to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. So I'm gonna choose mode 2 and gain 3 life since Lynch over here is punching in my face. And then the other 2 mana, which is black and 1, and sacking Charming Prince to cast Diabolic Intent.
I love Diabolic Intent.
I don't know which one would be more important.
Overgrown farm.
Destruction or some life gain?
Do life gain.
If we don't deal with Lattice, we're in trouble because he's have a
telling
lock
you
on.
right
He
now.
can literally swap anything in our graveyards.
Oh, and this
not
is an
bad.
artifact too, so I can use Voltaic Key to untap it.
Yes.
Yeah.
you
The
were-
more you talk about it, the more
Yeah,
I'm
big,
thinking about.
big
getting-
shenanigans.
Did you guys not see the problem this was immediately?
No.
The minute
Oh,
we saw
dude.
this hit, this was the problem.
yeah.
Artifacts have always been an issue.
You have a lot going on.
It's like what, turn 4?
If you shut me down, I hope you win.
Pick one. Both of them are going to be helpful to my situation here. One of the 2 cards I'm potentially tutoring. Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, what spiciness do you have happening
I
right now?
am going to pass the turn after the tutor.
Because you're spent on mana.
Yep.
Well, you have
I
no, you have a
have-
burn.
I'll
One mana.
untap, draw,
life.
I will pay 1 and cast a Soul Ring.
Ooh, old school fire.
Fun.
Did you lose your one for?
I did. I will pay 4 and cast Tempt with Discovery. Who wants to party? Tempting offer. Search your library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield. Each opponent may search his or her library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield.
Go on priority. We gotta go on priority.
Each opponent who searches a library this way, search your library for a land card and put it onto the battlefield.
So first,
Responses.
is anyone doing anything to the spell itself?
Anybody
pass
copying the
priority.
spell? Or?
I will also pass after you. So the way the spell resolves is that you fetch a land first, and we get to see the very first land that comes out, and then we get to decide if we get to fetch lands.
Oh.
If he gets a 2 right now, then he already has the 5 and he's
If
set
you
up.
really got scared, you know what you could do? You could Goblin Welder it.
Goblin Welder is
You
valid.
literally can Goblin Welder anything, and then you have a way of doing it twice per turn.
Yeah, true.
You could still end my hopes and dreams and his hopes and dreams, and all of our hopes and dreams are ended by a high school sophomore. It's true. He's a sophomore now.
I remember those days.
I'm getting old,
Right?
guys.
What were you doing when you were a sophomore when you were his age?
I was in drama class hiding in the theater all the time at lunch because it was just more fun.
So I'll get Field of the Dead.
Okay, so that's-
Lynch.
Yeah.
5 or more.
Lynch, are you tempted?
Make
I
you take
get
a shot.
tempted. That means both of you won't be tempted.
I am not at liberty to divulge this information at this time.
Close to the vest. Respect, Ivy.
I'm going to be tempted.
Are you also tempted, sir?
Tempted, but not tempted.
Is it any land? It's
Any
It's
land.
any land and
Any
it comes
land.
in untapped or
Yeah,
the way that
you
it
could get
comes
Cabal
in.
coffers, bud.
Oh shit, it comes in untapped? Wait, it's for each opponent, you don't get one.
He get
Each.
If
So
Mike
we
is
all do it,
tempted,
he gets 4.
Mike will be tempted, so I will get another one. If you are tempted, I will get another one on top of that.
So if
if
all
Eileen
three of
is
us, he's
tempted,
getting-
I will get a third one.
So I'm tempted. Are you tempted?
What's the worst that could happen?
everything. Every time I've seen the whole table get tempted, it just goes sideways real quick.
I'll be fine. I have mana. I'm not tempted.
I am.
I hate
Okay.
you so much. How are you gonna make me the bad guy?
I get 2 lands, and I will have 3 Lotus Cobra triggers.
You guys are all very
Terrible.
weak-spined.
It has nothing to do with that. I am at
so I'm
17.
getting Cabal coffers.
I also will be getting a Cabal cover.
We keep tutoring the same things, but we have different decks.
I will get 2 green and 1 red.
Okay.
For my Lotus Cobra hits. I'll get Thespian Stage
The lesbian stage?
No, it comes in
and Dark
untapped.
Depths.
Ooh, Dark Depth does some
Comes in
damage too.
untapped.
doesn't
Oh
it?
yeah. He's about to do some dusting.
I'll play a mountain as my land for turn, add another red here.
Oh my god, here it comes.
And you still
So
have
it's
another
4
land
red?
that You can play with my Juror.
Yeah, that is correct. I will use this 4 mana and then the Valakut to cast a Storm Cauldron.
Oh, if I remember, this is pretty cool. What
This is
do?
pretty brutal is what happens now. During each player's turn, that player may put 1 additional land into play. Whenever a land is tapped for mana, return that land to its owner's hand. I have 1 additional land drop here and 1 additional land drop here.
Right.
I'm going to tap my mountain. Oh, I made zombies.
I see what's happening here.
Tap my mountain for a red. Play the mountain and make a zombie. And add a red mana to my pool.
So we have 1 red or 2 red?
2 red in my pool. 1 from the floating and then 1 from it ETBing with Lotus Cobra. I think I missed a couple zombies here when
Yeah, well,
these 2
let's
came
fix
in.
that, because it's still your turn.
So I would have 3 total zombies.
3.
So I would have 1 more land for the orrery.
You should have 4 zombies, because you had 3 lands enter when the tempt, and you played 1.
But the tempt initially brought this in, and then the 2 more after, right? We established that this
Yes,
comes
but
in, then my opponents get
It
tempted.
comes in, but technically all the lands enter at the same time as part of the resolution of the spell.
Okay, I see. I think either way it's going to be a moot point. I'm going to use 1 of this red mana and cast Blasphemous Act.
You are the worst.
Or the best, maybe.
Goblin Welder needed to go.
I think Goblin Welders can do for a comeback. So Blasphemous Act, 13 damage to each creature. Pretty certain there's 8 creatures on the board. Yeah, I'm paying 1 red.
There's 8 right here.
Many, many creatures.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I have 1 trigger, which will be the Thug. Put a creature on top of my library. Or sorry, Sidar in the zone. I'm gonna put the Thug and the Bird in the graveyard, and Tymna will be put on top.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use the 1 remaining floating red mana and this mountain. This is going to come back into my hand from Storm Cauldron, and I'll use that 2 mana to activate Thespian Stage, tapping it to make it into a copy of Dark Depths.
Ew, so you're gonna make a Merit Lage.
That will make me sacrifice one of the 2 to the Legend rule. I'll sacrifice the original real Dark Depths, and then Thespian Stage as a copy without the ice counters on it. Dark Depths enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it. I can pay 3 and remove an ice counter from Dark Depths. And when Dark Depths has no ice counters on it, I sacrifice it. If I do, I create a legendary 20/20 black avatar creature token with flying and indestructible. And the way this works with Thespian Stage is it becomes a copy of Dark Depths with all characteristics except for the part where it enters the battlefield with 10 ice counters on it.
Yep.
So, Thespian Stage, as a copy of a legendary land, one of them will get sacrificed. I sacrifice the one with counters, and then this one meets the condition of not having any ice counters and being a Dark Depths, and so it will get sacrificed, and I will make a 20/20.
So you have a 20/20 flying indestructible,
Yeah.
which also now is an avatar and an artifact.
Yeah.
So now we're missing the Goblin Welder.
Yep.
Because now the Welder could have moved that
And
into the...
then I will replay my mountain as my final land for turn from the Girapur order.
Yeah, that happens.
And so I
fast.
replayed the mountain. That triggers the Field of the Dead, makes me a zombie. I have zombie and Merit Lage. Storm Cauldron is in play,
Yeah.
and that is my turn.
Okay, I untap. I roll for Crypt.
Odds for damage.
Okay.
It's been steady.
It really has.
I draw for turn. Nothing happens.
No gaining life for you, boyo. Just waggles fingers like an old man.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tap the Mana Crypt for 2. I'm gonna tap the Cabal Coffers. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
No.
No? Does not count itself?
Well,
Each
isn't
swamp.
it back in your hand at that point?
Because it's
Mana
on the
abilities don't use the stacks, so as soon as you activate them, you get the mana. So this would trigger after he gets the mana.
I have 6 floating.
board. Gets
This
returned to your
comes
hand
back to
because
my
of Storm
hand.
Cauldron.
Then I can play buffers again.
Boy, that's a proper kabafas you got.
Proper Kabafas.
You're loving that.
I don't know why that was so funny.
Tap the Command Sphere. I'll use one of these to go to 5. To tap the Cabalfers. 6 more, I'll have 11. Then I can play the Cabal.
You've tapped it, replayed it, tapped it, replayed it.
So I have one more time that I could.
You could go down to 9 and then up
So I
to
could, yeah. So I'll go down to 9.
15.
Net 4?
So
Yeah.
I took 2. I'll tap this.
Gain 6 up to 15.
Yeah, you net 4 every time.
And then you could play it as your final land for
And
turn.
then I'll play it from my final land for turn. I'll use 5 to go to 10 to cast Creepy Doll. So Creepy Doll is indestructible. Whenever Creepy Doll deals combat damage to a creature, flip a coin. If you win the flip, destroy that creature. I will then use 6. I go to 4 mana, floating, and I cast Sheoldred. My commander is back out. She out here in these streets. Then I'm going to use the last 4 to cast Arvace Amulet.
Avarice Amulet?
Avarice. There we go. Avarice Amulet. Equipped creature gets a +2/+0, has vigilance. At the beginning of your upkeep, draw a card. Whenever equipped creature dies, target opponent gains control of Avarice Amulet. I can tap 2 to equip it.
Storm Cauldron needs to go.
I have no
Storm
cards
Cauldron hurts.
in hand.
We all know Mike's going to do the right thing and tap Urborg and bounce it back to his hand. to deny you the Cabal Coffer's mana.
Why do you
did?
keep mentioning that? Shush.
I'm trying to manifest it into being.
Stop working your weird Larry magic.
Will greed be your downfall, Mike?
Honestly, I'll put it to you this way.
Will pride
You
come
won't
before the
suffer as
fall?
much, but I'm gonna, in my next turn, probably bounce all of my lands. Because I need the colored mana.
So I guess the question is, are you really going to put the squeeze on Eiley and deny her the black mana too?
Don't do
Yeah, I guess it's just the one, huh? All right, I will tap the Urborg, bounce to my hand, have one black floating, and Team Larry passes the turn.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding, because Larry got me.
Yeah, this is the first time Storm Cauldron has helped anyone out. Mike is a huge fan of Storm Cauldron, apparently.
You have the black nail polish because you knew that mono black deck was the best deck. You added too many colors in your deck.
Team Eiley, I think we're doing pretty decent. I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna draw 3 at the beginning of my upkeep.
You're going to lose 9 life.
Battle triggers Sheoldred and
Sheoldred
Underworld,
triggers,
I'll lose
Underworld triggers.
9. Bum, bum, bum. See, Team Eiley, we're both at
Now
17.
you draw for turn.
During my upkeep, I'm gonna pay 1, use my Voltaic Key to untap my Grim Monolith, and then I'm gonna pay 2
Those go
more.
back to your hand when you tap
yeah,
them for
so
mana.
this will bounce.
Be aware, you have
bounces-
3 land drops for the turn.
Right.
So
But I'm also gonna tap for 5.
Use this so you don't bounce it.
Oh, that's smart. See, Team Eiley. And then I'll bounce this one for 5, and then I will play Volcanic Offering. So is everyone familiar with Volcanic Offering? So I get to destroy a non-basic land I control, and target non-basic land of opponent's choice that I don't control. Now, it's my understanding that I get to choose the opponent to destroy a non-basic land that I don't control. So I get to choose one, and then I can choose an opponent to choose one.
Yep.
and
Yeah.
you do the same with 7 damage. to
7
it.
damage to a
Damage
creature.
target you
With
don't
this in the field, in response, we can tap and put it in our hand.
True.
That targets before resolution. So yes, you could wait for a target to be established.
Oh, I'm gonna destroy this Cabal Coffers. Now, Eiley can choose a non-basic land that I don't control and destroy that one too.
Field of the Dead. Finish
And
naming the 7 damage first, because you have to name
Oh,
all of
then
them.
I'm gonna choose 7 damage, and then you can choose to deal 7 damage.
All right, so I'll bounce this to my hand, because I'll tap it for a floating black.
Okay.
Shield of the Dead was already tapped.
And then 7 damage gets dealt there and to your zombie.
She dies again.
All right.
Sad face.
During my draw phase, I'm gonna draw a card, and I'm only gonna use 1 life.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Pro
yeah.
plays.
Play a land for the turn. So that's my first. I'm gonna plus Mr. Daretti Spaghetti and discard 2 to draw 2.
Take 2 damage from Underworld Dream.
Take 2 damage, 1, 2. Play a second land for the turn.
I have a question. Where's this going, seeing as how he's at 32?
And also been gaining life and other stuff. Barring David here presenting a lethal board state or you doing the same, I think it makes the most sense to
I think I'm kind of
pass it to
boned,
the left.
honestly.
So I'm gonna tap for 4 mana, and they all get bounced to my hand. And then I'm gonna play a Solemn Simulacrum with my 4 mana floating. So when it enters, I'm gonna search for a basic land card, do that mountain, enters tapped. So I'll play one of my mountains. I think that's all I got. I'll pass the turn.
Untap upkeep.
Hey, that was a lot. A lot happened right there.
Yeah.
Christ.
I lost my
Lynch, why
command
would you
again.
do something so cold to me? Would you like to roll my dice for crit?
Sure. Evens, she takes damage.
She
Dude knows when to switch it up.
I'm a visionary, yo.
Seriously, you went against the
literally
grain
kill one
and
of
were
you right
promptly
now.
rewarded.
He could easily kill one of you, or he could take me to 12.
Well, I have a blocker.
It's flying.
It's flying indestructible, and it's 2020.
However, I also feel like if I go to kill one of them, then I promptly get housed by you. You'll
You
notice
know
they're
only
the
two,
ones
you
who
know
have
the
been
only 2
dealing
cards
with.
in my hand, though, are lands.
Oh.
You know this.
So
So you can say that, but you literally know what's in my hand.
My
not
own
paid
Field
Tymna.
of the Dead.
Okay.
I really see how it is now.
Make a
What?
zombie.
Sick zombie.
That is pretty dope.
I got that at a
Man.
Grand Prix, actually. Tap for black, bounce it. Play it as my land for turn. Second land out of 3. I will tap this for white, bounce it, play it as my last land for a turn. I will spend the white and black on
Drinking my coffee, bro.
Cartel Aristocrat. It is a 2/2 human advisor. Sacrifice another creature. Cartel Aristocrat gains protection from a color of my choice until end of turn. Okay, I will tap this
We
for
need
a
more
black
coffee.
and white. They will get bounced. And I will play a Flesh Taker. Whenever I sacrifice another creature, I gain 1 life and scry 1. And I can pay 1, sack another creature. Flesh Taker gets +2/+2, and it is a 2/2 on its own.
Imagine if we let her have
Pass the
ball
turn.
coffers.
Upkeep, Girapur Orrery trigger. No cards in hand, so I'll draw 3 at my upkeep, lose 3 from Underworld Dreams. Then I'll draw for turn, lose another 1 from Underworld Dreams. I'll play a forest as my land for turn. I'll declare battle. I will attack Michael Lynch for 20 damage.
In the air.
In the air.
Indestructible.
20/20, flying indestructible.
Tap it the other way.
I take it.
I like that.
No.
You know what?
Toward
Just
my pay 1 green, return this to my hand, cast Exploration. I may play an additional land on each of my turns. I've made 1 land drop this turn.
this game right now.
You did a good thing killing Field of the Dead. I will play Forest as my second land drop for the turn.
Yeah,
I will
'cause he can do the
pay
mana
8
trick.
manas and cast Bobby Rage.
May I?
Yeah.
7/6 trample on Borborygmos and rage deals combat damage to a player. Reveal the top 3 cards of your library. Put all land cards revealed this way into your hand. Rest into graveyard. Discard a land card. It does 3 damage to any target. And you just went from 0 cards to a fat grip of cards,
To
right?
all my lands in my hand, yes.
Oh, that's your lands.
Yeah.
So what are we doing now?
I'm going to play a Forest as my land for
For
turn.
third.
He might just hold up a loaded shotgun at all of us and just
True.
wait.
That is probably what I'm going to be doing. And that is my 4th land drop played for the turn. And yeah, that's it for me.
I will untap. Call. What do I take damage for?
Evens.
Oh, it's so good.
Wow, wait a minute. Have we been hit every crypt roll?
Literally every time.
single one between me and Lynch.
Fuck yes, dude.
I call him every time.
Oh, it's so
I'm
good.
on fire today. Watch next game. I'm gonna just every single one. I'm not gonna call it.
First land for turn, I'll play the coffers. Second land for turn, I'll play the Herbor. I'll then tap the Mana Crypt, tap the Cabal Coffers to net me 6. I'll then play the Cabal Coffers again. I'll tap the Command Sphere. I'll use 1 to go to 5, and I'll tap this to create another 6, and this go to my hand. So I go to 11. I will then recast my commander for 8.
With that on the stack, because everything else was a mana ability, I will tap my own Cabal Coffers for 5 mana, return it to hand, and cast Dictate of Erebos.
Oh shit.
Pass priority, Larry?
The Dictaste of Erebos?
Oh, Larry was like, let me tell you how to dictate.
Yes, I prefer dictation over the
Dictasting.
former. 100%.
E for everyone.
Cannot dictate.
That is going to get rid of your indestructibility.
I'm gonna respond
This is terrible
with dictate on the stack.
Personally, I'm okay with
You
dictate.
could just kill her.
Yeah, I could. I'll
I'm dead.
discard 5 lands and kill you, Eileen.
Oh!
So, in response to you discarding the lands,
This is still on the stack.
so both of these are on the stack.
Resolve
yeah.
first. This would resolve first.
You're discarding all 5 as one action?
If possible, yes.
Yeah, because you can hold priority and just do all 5 at once. So, with 15 damage at my face on the stack, I'll sack 1, gain a life, sack, gain 2. It seems a little excessive, friend, but sure, I'll take 15. So I will go to 1.
Okay, so is dictate resolving?
I have no more lands I wish to discard.
So dictate
Cool.
resolves,
Dictate
and
resolves.
then Sheoldred resolves. I'm now going
I
to
know.
respond to some other things. I'm going to lose 2 mana,
And
and I'm going to equip Sheoldred to the amulet. Unless any of you can do anything to get rid of that flyer, I am dead in one swing.
Technically, I can do it now, but you're gonna kill me.
Or maybe this will before you draw.
That's funny. We're gonna see how you really die. End of turn, and I lose this floater. You're gonna
draw.
draw. You're gonna lose 3 life.
Save me, friend.
I can't save you.
What?
I'm gonna tap 1 to tap Voltaic Key to untap Grim Monolith. I'm gonna play, this is my first land for turn, and this is my second land for turn. I'm gonna tap for 3 plus 4. These all get returned to my hand.
Yep.
Meteor Golem. So I think I have to destroy Sheoldred, right? That's the
Well,
play.
remember, I can get rid of Sheoldred potentially.
Yeah, if you were to destroy one of Eileen's, it would force her then to sack the
Actually,
other
that's a
one.
good point. If you
And
target
then
one of
2
them, I can
goes,
sack
and then
the
we
other.
all, then it board wipes. Yeah, it board wipes everybody.
So then I can do that.
That's the only thing you can do. I mean, that's gonna kill me and both mine.
That'll kill every creature on the field. Meteor Golem is targeting Flesh Taker.
Yes.
I'm gonna respond to the target. I'll pay 2, returning these to my hand. Ancient Grudge, this artifact.
Ancient
gonna
Grudge, destroy
destroy
target artifact.
Oh shit, because it's
Because of
not.
microsync lettuce.
Okay, so how does this resolve?
So with that trigger on the stack, before you cast the spell, are you doing anything?
I'm going to sack Command Sphere to draw a card.
You're not gonna do anything in response to that, are you?
No.
Big brain plays. Are you getting wrinkly or you're getting real smooth?
So tap this, trigger, sack this, triggering this.
That bounces to your hand, or it's waiting to bounce to your hand?
Waiting too, because I'm gonna trigger this.
Okay.
Now, does anyone have any responses to this effect? So I'm gonna gain a life and scry 1, and you guys are gonna sack 1 creature. Going this way. Are you guys gonna respond to these triggers?
I cannot respond to those.
I cannot
So
respond
no.
to those.
I will put them on the stack. Everyone sacks a creature first, and then I will gain a
Can I
life.
sacrifice
So
my meteor
stuffy
golem?
dog.
Yes, you can. So my land will go to my hand first, and then we go back to Lynch's commander sphere, and you'll
And
draw a
this
card.
dies, and then I draw a card.
In
And
gain
then-
2 life. Yeah.
Technically, this is on top of the lands, so this will destroy this.
And then I get 2 lands.
And then your lands are now in your hand.
Okay.
And then last but not least, the Meteor Golem will destroy this.
All right. I think we got there.
All right,
right.
I believe the stack is empty.
I wasn't listening, so we're all good. How many lands? I only played 1 this turn.
Believe you've only played 1.
Yes. Should have kept a dice like he did. So I have 2 more land drops this turn.
Yeah.
-2 Daretti to sacrifice Sad Robot.
Drawing a card.
I'm gonna get the golem back. And I lose 3 because of Sheoldred. And I'm gonna destroy Sheoldred with the Meteor Golem entering the battlefield from Daretti. The ATB trigger is on the stack.
Yeah, no, that's good.
All right, so since this dies, I have to give the amulet to somebody.
That's kind of
So
neat.
I'll give it to you because you're possibly going to die and I might get it back sooner.
If you give it to her and she dies, doesn't it get exiled?
No, because it entered the battlefield under his control. Anything that's taken control of by another player, when that player that's currently controlling it leaves, the original owner gets it back.
I'll play a Valakut, the Molten Pinnacle.
So you got 1 more land.
And I know, right? Zendikar Rising Expeditions, and then I'll play them out.
This one's all like foily.
Are you done?
I am done.
All right, so Mana Crypt, I think it's only fair if Larry calls what you roll.
No, no.
Do you want me to choose?
It might be too much to bear for Riley, dude.
Okay,
I don't
who's
want to
choosing?
add insult to injury to injury
You're
to
rolling
injury
for her?
to injury.
What are you calling?
She takes damage.
You died to the crypt. So on your death, I get my thing back.
What's really cool is I figured out a way to save myself from the card draw
Okay.
because I have a dredger in my graveyard.
Oh, wow.
I would have saved myself.
Do I ever get the opportunity to respond to the Mana
You-
Crypt dealing her damage?
No, you have to do it before we determine if it's a success or fail.
Because once you take the damage, your turn ends.
Yes.
Right.
As a part of a state-based action, I leave the game and then you start your turn.
Okay. And there's no space for me to be able to discard the 2 known cards I have in hand before this trigger goes off, correct?
No, because that happens at upkeep. However, this has an intervening if clause, so this trigger will go on the stack, and if you have no cards in hand at the time it resolves, you will get to draw
So
cards.
he can,
Lovely.
the trigger goes off, he can respond by discarding.
And then draw
And
three
draw
cards
three.
as it resolves.
There we go. So you die, I'm taking my amulet back, thank you.
Upkeep, this triggers. I will discard 1 land at each of you, dealing 3 damage
Okay.
to each of you. This trigger will check upon resolution. I have no cards in hand, so I will draw 3.
And you will get 3 damage.
Take 3
From
from
Underworld
Underworld
Dreams.
Dreams. Then I will draw for turn.
Every single crypt.
We tutored for it though. That was our own problem.
I
We
know.
must take accountability for our tutoring
I'm not-
actions.
I'm just mad that it happened.
I'll declare the battle and attack you, Lynch, with
See, I was worried if I gave you the amulet, you would
Borborygmos.
put the amulet on that fucker, and then I would be dead right now. So I'm taking 7.
Yes. I mill the top 3 cards of my library. I put all lands milled from among them into my hand. I'll discard War Room to kill you, Lynch. Then I'll discard Slippery Karst to deal 3 to you, David. And I'll drop the Snow-Covered Forest.
Oh, and Larry does it again. Larry earned the team. Larry's scary.
No lands in play wins the game.
Scary Larry.
Scary Larry. Now what we learned
Storm
that Storm
Cauldron- Storm
is
Cauldron
evil
wins
in
the game.
landfall deck.
This thing ruined
I
me.
helped you though. I felt like I was your teammate in there because I got everyone low and you were able to then just do your discardy bullshit.
You know, and I'm really glad I didn't blow up the microsync lettuce.
Microsync lettuce.
Microsync lettuce. I was thinking about it before it went to your turn, and then realized like I need to just wait on this.
Yeah, you
This
can eat
is
the
scary,
lettuce
but-
without getting the dust in your crumb duster. Cookie duster, that's what it is. No, good game though, man. Nice
Good
win.
game,
Another
buddy.
good win on the show.
I really like this deck. I was playing Nekosar last night, and this seems like a more focused way to do Nekosar things.
Less annoying because everyone hates Nekusar.
You know, we all were coming for
And
you.
honestly, I could have dealt with the life loss because I had ways to get around it coming up. It was bouncing of the lands.
You know what?
I
that was-
needed that mana.
I
that
think the
turn.
reason why that deck too got scary was that at first we were like, oh, he's not doing much. We'll focus on each other. And then it got to the point where it was like, wait a minute, you're out of hand, but we don't know how to stop the freight train. Like, you know, that was.
It attacks from like an odd angle because, you know, usually I'm just playing lands until I'm able to put something in play like, you know, even just like the cycling thing allowed me to draw an extra card here and there, and then obviously the Storm Cauldron is a huge silver bullet.
Yeah.
This deck is built to do Storm Cauldron things all day.
Yeah.
Everybody else's deck, nah.
Thank you guys for coming on the show. Larry, great game. Always
Believe
good
it.
to see your decks do their thing. We definitely saw it do its thing. Always, we're happy to invite all of you back on the show to play some more Spicy Magic. You're gonna get your win on the show. Wasn't
day.
today.
One day.
But you know, when you're up against good players, you know, they're not gonna. Your dad, I know, never wants you to just get handed a win.
No.
He wants you to earn your wins. So
Feels
we'll,
better
just
that
cursed.
way.
Yeah.
we'll keep the bury with us the spirit of him, making sure you earn that win.
Rest in peace. No.
I'm coming for that crown.
What? Did I miss something?
No, his dad's here. No, he
Okay.
didn't. No, he's alive.
No, yeah, no,
No, and
I
he's
was
just
like,
not
wait,
here.
who's
No,
Barry?
he's just
Oh
not
my
here
God,
right
good.
now physically.
You
He's
guys
just
are
working.
okay.
No,
He's-
Barry's
yeah.
Barry's around.
Yeah,
he's
he's
living well.
Love you, Dad.
Yeah, love you,
Rest
Barry.
in peace. Love you, Dad.
Larry's like things went really dark for a second.
dude.
No. I
Oh
just
my
meant
God.
like with this guy here was in spirit with his sauce, but he's alive still. He's just in spirit.
We just have an in memoriam at the
Yeah,
end of the video.
oh my god. Anyways.
Okay.
All right. See you next time on I Hate Your Deck. I Hate Your Deck would like to thank our sponsor, No Pulp Media. It's where we're shooting right now, and it's where a lot of people come to record music or do podcasts. So if you're looking to do that, check out No Pulp Media here in Long Beach. If you want to support I Hate Your Deck, please consider joining our Patreon. It's an excellent community that we have built with people from around the world where we play Magic in our Discord using Spell Table. If you haven't had a chance to play online Magic yet, try out our Discord. It's a great community where people are gaming daily. And every Thursdays we have Commander Day where people play all day and night, but the community's gotten so big, Commander Day is almost every day at I Hate Your Deck. Hey, it's time for the Patreon shoutouts. I'd like to thank Oscar Santana, Joseph Cheney, and William Welker. Thank you. If you want a shout out, you need to be a tier 4 or tier 5 patron where we give shout outs. Now, we love all of our patrons, but it's just one of the perks of being a tier 4 or tier 5 patron. Without you patrons, we wouldn't be where we are today, and we wouldn't be able to keep making content. So thank you so much for helping us make this show a reality, and we're really excited to keep bringing you great content for the years to come. I can't wait to be able to bring my son on the channel once he gets old enough, let me tell you.
I Hate Your Deck.
Los Angeles is the sunny home of we, the Wizards of the West Coast. And the guests we fuck with on this epic show. I Hate Your Deck! Guitar solo! All right! The competition is toe-to-toe. From Cassius Marsh to fucking Post Malone. The best commanders and the lowest blows. I hate your deck! We're on a roll! Wow! So attack, play your cards, and say go. Be you white, blue, black, red, green, or gold. It's a counter spell? What's the deal, bro? I hate your deck! Now enjoy the show.
I Hate Your Deck. Join the I Hate Your Deck Patreon exclusive Discord to get the various benefits and be able to play Commander daily with people from around the world in our global community.